Welcome to Everyday Struggle Live. I'm Nadeska, and we're really excited to have you guys here with us. If any of you guys watch us on YouTube all the time, we do 99% of our shows in our studio back in New York. So it's rare that we're out, and Akademiks never leaves the house, so he's having the time of his life. Plus, we have a special guest today, one of Ak's favorite rappers. So can you please join me in showing some love to my brothers, my co-host, Wayno. Yeah. Don't trip, Wayno, don't trip. And Akademiks. Come on, Ak, strut down here.
What up, bro? Come here. Oh, I get a hug? Jesus. Y'all see what's going on?
I get so sick of him. I got to see him every day. How you guys feeling?
I'm good. I think we just kind of came up with a new motto backstage about everyday struggle. What could go wrong, right?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
All right, so special guest today, we want to welcome the game to Everyday Struggle.
Yeah. Got the gangster walk. What up, bro?
What's up with it? What's up? Hi.
Good.
We give hugs over.
What's going on, my dude?
What's up, my brother?
Taking it easy.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah. What's up?
Welcome to the show.
What's up? Welcome to the show.
So Game is about to drop what he says is his final album, right? Born to Rap.
Yeah.
He also just recently launched a record label. Now, we're not calling you a liar, but we've seen rappers say they're retiring, drop a project, and come back. So are you really, really retiring, and why now?
I just feel like, you know, I've given like my contribution to music, to hip hop. Like I've like long past like fulfilled my dreams and everything I want to do. And I feel like I'm on like some type of Lennox Lewis type go out while you know what I'm saying? While you're still handsome and you still can do it and just chill. Like I made the money, I've been around the world, my kids are good, and what I've been enjoying more than anything is like being a dad and like really being hands-on every day, you know?
That's dope. You're not trying to be Mike. You're trying to be Mike with the last second shot, not Mike on the Wizards.
Yeah, I ain't trying to play for the Wizards. That Mike is weird forever.
Right.
Is it such a thing, though? Because, I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of rappers who have aged, and we've seen it, but, like, maybe they don't drop as frequently, but they don't say they retire. Almost every time I hear a retirement thing, you know, shit, even Nicki said she retired recently.
Yeah.
It's like, I always think, like, this is how you tell the fans, go cop my next album, man. Like, I don't think there's really retirement. That's your love, that's your passion. Could you retire from your passion?
That's not my passion, man. It's crazy as it seems. Like, music is not my passion.
Not even with that album title.
Nah. You know, like, I didn't grow up, like, a lot of these rappers grew up wanting to be a rapper. Like, I grew up playing sports and doing that, and I tried rap, and it ended up working for me. And I'm appreciative of everything that God blessed me with, but my passion is just being a father. It's nothing like doing that. Like, that's, I mean, no cap. Like, that's what I do, you know?
I'm the
Wayno
only other
almost
parent
cried,
up
too.
here, so
Yeah, when he saw your daughter
I love to hear
dressed
stuff
up
like
for
that.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We was talking backstage about it, like with your daughter. You know what I mean? Being you, Halloween. How crazy was that?
That was like, make a nigga cry then.
She really, your twin, but a much better looking version.
She's a way much better looking version of me. That's something that her and her mom conjured up, and I didn't know what was going on until, you know, they told me. And I mean, I definitely shed a tear. I thought it was cool because I expected like one of my sons to try to pull that off, but they be on Fortnite not even caring. So my daughter wanted to do it, and once the pictures came back, I was really, really, really touched by that, and I thought that was cool.
And what album number? What is this one?
I can't even tell you.
Yeah, is there an album we're not counting? I thought I counted maybe 9, but you said this is 10.
This is
right?
this might be 10. You might.
It may or may not be 10.
I don't even be tuned in to game career like
You gotta
that.
fact check.
Yeah.
Because we want you to rank your discography eventually.
So, like, I've told them, and actually, these motherfuckers, they're so much hypocrites. I sat here, and that nigga Wayno, I debated when we had to say the top 3 people, run the tape back too, the top 3 rappers still from the West, you argue that he wasn't in that list.
No.
Who was it?
Wait a second.
I'm just going to clarify here. You don't have the tape, but I will say,
Let's get to it.
Y'all remember
we
that?
will
Let's get to it.
say, he was talking about Game.
Hey, the game, yo, I was riding for you. I'm like, yo, when I moved over here from Jamaica in 2001, I really kind of, you know, I kind of missed that J Nas wave. But then when G Unit started popping, you were my first favorite rapper because I always root for the underdog.
Yeah.
And after that, I ain't gonna lie, Drake became my favorite rapper, but still. But like, you were the first one, right? And what happened is like, I was defending your discography, And Wayno, even though he's buddy with you, daughter talk, like he was really saying that.
All right.
See,
Let me just clarify on Wayno's behalf. So
he has it wrong.
We were talking about you, like your entire career. Of course, a legend. No one's disputing that.
Right.
I think Wayno was arguing currently, as of this moment, past 3-4 months, and you weren't dropping music at the time. You were working on the album.
You know, and me and Wayno, we got, you know, a friendship outside of music, outside of the panel, and so I don't mind when he speaks his opinion. And if it's not game favored, I mean, I got brothers that don't think I'm the coolest nigga sometimes. So it's like, I mean, it's good. I respect him, and I think that, you know, in my homie's defense, what he meant is like, he was just basically talking about who exists now and who's doing anything now. I don't drop music every day. I don't drop mixtapes like I used to. And I mean, my skill set, my skill set can't be like slept on. Like it's not a nigga on this earth that could like really fuck with me like bar for bar like in a battle. I've never lost a hip hop beef, never, and I never will. And even if I do, then we gotta throw hands after that because I get mad. I get mad. You know what I'm saying? I get really mad. But I mean, I don't put music out every day, and I'm not even concerned with like putting music out every day. I got a core fan base. I go on tour. The shows is still fucking packed. I'm still getting 75 to 100,000 a night for a show. Do 30 shows. That's 3 million. Break it down. Security, management. I come home with 2 million. I'm good. I've been rich.
You're doing too much math game.
I'm not. Hey yo.
Hey
yo. People. I might be the most underrated, most underdog, most slept on, most hated on. But what people don't understand is I don't give a fuck about that. Like one person's opinion is not gonna shape the way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking Lamborghini still gargle gas. I don't have to put out music as much as like Drake do. That's my homie. We live in the same neighborhood. It's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, I don't got to come out with a shoe. I don't got the Jeezys. You know what I'm saying?
You came out with a shoe years ago, though.
Yeah, and we outsold Jumpman that year, too, when I did it. So anything that I do when I'm doing it, I'm going to do it at 100%. But I'm not out for the competition shit. I don't want to be king of the West Coast, or I don't got to be on the nigga top 50 rap list.
That's so funny, because all those lists circulating, people get bothered.
No, my bad, I'm so sorry. What's your list in terms of like top 5?
I got a real respectable top 5 that is like undeniable. It's gonna be everybody else's. There's certain niggas that just have to be put in the top 5.
Could we keep it West Coast?
West Coast?
Yeah, just top 5 West Coast.
Top 5 West Coast. Discluding myself?
You can add yourself in. I just want to see where you rank.
I mean, then I'm number 1, nigga. But other than that, like behind me, because of, you know, I do the shit like a motion picture in order of appearance. Because I'm not gonna say nothing about my little nigga's skill set, because skill wise, nobody can fuck with Kendrick. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen early Kendrick, young Kendrick. I seen the Kendrick, you know, throwing up West Side as I drove by in my Range Rover. Like, so in order of appearance, I got to put myself number 1. Not sleeping on Snoop, but I'm talking about just being a lyrical motherfucker for as long as I've been. You know what I'm saying? Snoop is my number 1 rapper, so he would be number 1. You know what I'm saying? And then behind Snoop, as far as West Coast or hip hop is concerned, is me, and then it's Kendrick, and then I got to give Ice Cube some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then a nigga like, I mean, I gotta put, you know, it could be Nipsey, YG, it could be anybody. I don't hate on my coast. I seen all these niggas rise. I took Nipsey and Kendrick on tour when niggas was, you know, when Nip had the flat top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, when Kendrick had a flat top. Right. And so, and then I got, you know, like last week, I just got braids because I grew my hair out. I was playing fucking 2K for so long, and nigga grew an afro. I grew an afro.
Yeah, that was crazy. You just said, I see you, I'm like, what the
shit wasn't that cute, so I braided the shit. When I braided the niggas like, you trying to be Nipsey.
He was trying to be Nipsey, man.
Nigga, so when Nipsey braided his hair, he was trying to be AI. When AI braided his, he trying to be Snoop. When Snoop braided his, he Harriet Tubman, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, good point.
If I cut my shit bald, I'm Michael Jordan, motherfucker. Like, can I live, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, God bless my brother's soul, but if he was here, you know, Nipsey would sit on his couch and he'll tell you my contribution to his career. I wrote down my window for Nipsey and took his demo. Nigga, a car full of, you know, with 20 Crips outside of my Range Rover with a Glock on my lap. I didn't know if them niggas was coming to shoot or if it was, you know, or what they was on. But when he handed out his demo, I asked him, do you have his number on it? Brought him to the studio. I got on the song. It was They Roll, and then I took Nipsey and Kendrick around the world, man, for nigga like 100 dates.
So do you think like sometimes it's the internet? Because I started seeing it just like on the internet.
Nigga, fuck the internet. I don't live for that shit.
No, but like even on the blogs, it was like, oh, like the prolific records. That's him trying to
What
be
blog? You see what we gotta do when we read these blogs. When you are the celebrity or the icon or the entertainer in question, nigga, who behind the blog? Is that a human?
Well, supposedly one of somebody who was cool with him, like said something about it. That's why people reposting.
That's just like, one man. That's just one man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
what I'm saying?
when that came out, like even I said it. I was like, yo, I think that, you know, people try to give you flack for how you mourn, and I'm like, you can't tell nobody how to mourn.
Not even that. Everything that I've done, Nipsey, anything, mention it. Say something. Post something. I've ran past Black Sam just out of respect, not because I have to, just because that's Nipsey's brother and that is the nigga who controls anything Nipsey. And when Black Sam tell me, bro, I love you, I know what you did, do your thing, blessings, the marathon continues, then fuck what anybody else got to say. And of course, the world watching or people on internet, you don't know, you're not in my phone when Sam responds or when I check on him and see if he all right. But everybody jumped to conclusions, got something to say. And you know what? At the end of the day, they are entitled to that. That's their motherfucking iPhone in their hand at their house. They pay the bill. So who the fuck am I to tell somebody how they should comment under my picture? I'm not gonna block you, nigga. That's every time I block somebody, I lose a motherfucking follower. You block 2 million people, nigga. Now I'm got less followers than Meek Mill, nigga. I gotta I gotta let you live. Yeah, so say your dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You get to say that shit on my page. We not turning off the comments or none of that shit.
So you don't feel like you gotta clear stuff like that up, really?
Fuck clear. I don't gotta do shit except take care of my motherfucking kids, man, and make sure that my mama's straight.
I ain't gonna lie, this is a whole different game, because I can imagine you having Instagram when you started your career.
Nigga, if we had Instagram in the beginning of my career, we all be like in jail or dead as fuck.
But you've said that Nipsey has encouraged you to sort of make peace with people like Meek, saying that, you know, we're much stronger when we're united.
Nip gets all the praise because when I jumped out the window on Meek, I'm used to beefing a certain way. Like when it's on, it's on. It's all I've done my whole career. I could have died in my beef with 50. 50 could have died. We was really shooting that shit. And you remember? Like you remember.
Absolutely.
It was, me and 50 wasn't rap beefing, we were shooting at each other. He'll tell you the same thing. I hadn't seen 50 in 11 years. Seen him in the club last summer and we chopped it up. Nigga gave me a bottle of the shit with the king on it. I told the nigga,
whatever.
I asked the nigga, was, you know, Angie gonna die? Nigga was like, you know, he told me before the shit came out. So when the nigga 50 told me Angie was gonna die, I was like, all right, it's my nigga again. We good.
Wait, but how does that, like, y'all ain't see each other in that long. How does that even get to that point where you could have that discussion?
The nigga 50 said to me, because everybody always want to know what this nigga 50 is whispering in the nigga ear. This nigga said to me, he was like, Game, I don't even know what happened. And I was like, big cap. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, like me and 50 were great at a time when we needed to be, and we serviced hip hop as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy Iovine used to say we were like, you know, the Black Beatles. No disrespect to nobody else, but at that time, man, you got to understand, G-Unit, we was getting $1 million a show, 50 was taking half for show. And then we would still split 100,000 for, you know, like, you know what I mean, 500,000 between me, Buck, Banks, and Yayo. So we're all 23 years old making 100,000 a show. G-Unit was doing 100 shows, nigga, a tour. So I'm still spending G-Unit money. Like, we're beyond good. And so it's funny to me when a motherfucker reads Shade Room and be like, oh, Game lost $7 million to a bitch. That bitch don't got a dime.
Yeah, what is that about? Like,
nigga, it's a lying bitch making up a story, and that shit is fucking crazy, because I had a fucking dentist appointment and I missed court that a judge would give a bitch like a judgment for $7 million.
So it's an actual judgment. Do you have to pay it? Because they said they started taking your royalties. I'm like,
yeah?
oh, man.
How I look?
You look good.
You know, you should see how I came. We good, man. I'm not giving that bitch nothing on camera, nigga. I'm broke.
Okay.
Sounds like him.
Right.
Kept it real. I can't be
It'd be different if I was like one of them weird ass niggas touching pussies in the club, but this I wasn't nowhere near this bitch.
It came from your reality show, though.
She mad because she got kicked off the show. That wasn't even, that was a white people decision. Nigga, this is a show. Like, that shit got a little low-key script. They told me you had to go, bitch. It's out of my control. Now you mad? You $7 million mad? You making up stories mad? Everybody know the Game got to touch no pussies with unauthorized.
I mean, you may not be able to talk about it too much, but like, why in court doesn't that get reversed? And if you missed it on
because I missed the date on some fuck shit, I ain't really take it serious. And then I had a dental surgery and shit. Got my wisdom teeth pulled. Nigga was looking like a monkey. I couldn't do Chicago like that, baby. I had to recuperate. So the judge didn't want to honor the, I had the real, surgeon on the phone in court, documented, and he didn't want to honor the shit. And so, whatever. But I mean, nigga, follow her on the gram. She ain't, she don't look like me.
So Gabe, if your heart isn't in music so much right now, why was this the right time for you to launch Prolific Records?
It just, you know what, I'll be at the crib and I'll be thinking of ways that I can like service Nip's memory. That's all it is for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like because it's me, niggas always got something to say about it. But if it was anybody else, then somebody would say like, oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I ain't throwing no names, but I'm saying, let's just say if Meek did it, you know what I'm saying? Niggas would be like, oh, that's dope. But then because it's game and because I'm so real, so honest, so 100% and so accessible, niggas feel like I guess it's just easier to hate on me. But like I said, I'm good. I am the form for fuck shit. So do it. It's just your opinion.
I feel like some people thought again, you're right, people can't tell you how to mourn, but some people thought it was excessive. And then you had that one long ass post where it was like your son told you whatever. It was people were like, nah, this is cap now. Like Game is kind of using
gonna tell me what my son. Any nigga, why you even think about what me and my son talking about that long? Nigga, read it, like it, don't like it, and then go on about your bum ass business, nigga.
With this prolific record thing that you're doing, like, what's gonna be different that was not what you did with Black Wall Street?
What happened to Black Wall Street?
When I think
Nigga,
about
you know
Black
what
Wall
happened
Street,
to Black
you
Wall
had
Street,
100 people at one time.
When you were shouting out,
It
I was
got
rocking. I was a
bullet
kid.
holes in it, nigga.
Oh, okay.
Like we fucked the name. Well, not we, nigga. It was really just me. I just ran the name through the mud, man. It's all negative. Everything you pull up on, as far as Black Wall Street on the internet has like gunshots and fights and shit to it. And I'm about to be in 27 days, might be 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never even thought I'd be alive this long. 40 is some shit that like I used to clown niggas for being 40, like in the beginning of my career. Then I hit 38. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But then, I walk around, I don't feel fucking 40. I see some 40-year-old niggas out here, some of them in the game, and I be like, nigga, shit, like I'm straight. Yeah, seriously.
Are you trying to sign other artists right now?
You know what I haven't done? I had a chance to like sign some of the dopest artists. I had Nipsey demo in my hand, could have signed Nipsey and still didn't. I think my whole career was based on being really in tune with myself, and I never wanted to be like Baby or Master P or Jermaine Dupri or Diddy, and maybe I'm an idiot for that, but I wasn't looking at niggas like that. I was looking at, Kendrick's and Nipsey's like, yo, I'm game, like, come to the studio, I'll take you on tour, and nigga, God bless you. Like, go do your thing and make money, and look at what happened to him, you know what I'm saying? I never even thought about, like, signing a nigga or stealing his money or trying to have a nigga under a contract and no shit like that. Like, that's not my thing. I've only spread love since I've been, like in the game, man, for niggas on my coast, etc.
I know we kind of went past it, but like before, I watched you for years. Again, I know it with the you and 50 thing, you were cool with possibly doing a reunion or getting back together. Are you over that now since you're talking about retirement, or you still want that to happen?
I'm just trying to like see what's gonna happen on Power tonight. And I'm not opposed to anything in the future with G Unit or nothing like that, long as it makes sense financially, you know what I'm saying? And we're a lot older now, and shit gotta be split down the middle, cause it really ain't no G Unit tour without Game. It ain't no G Unit tour without 50, and and everybody else could mix in where they mix in. Like I mean, Banks is still like one of my favorite MCs. Like we used to go bar for bar in the studio on who was gonna get the second verse. So I fuck with Banks. I hated the fuck out of Yayo, but I mean I'm 40 now. It's like damn near. So it ain't there's no animosity with him either. He should be past that too. You know what I'm saying? So and again, I praise Nipsey for like bringing the nigga back to the light. Because when I was beefing with Meek, Nip called me, and I'm from where I'm from, like East Coast, West Coast, Pac, Biggie type shit. Like I ride for my coast, but this is not, hip hop is not that type of game anymore. It's diverse. East and West Coast, South, it all goes together. Everybody collaborates, Gunna, you might see a Gunna and Kendrick. You might see J. Cole, who's from North Carolina, with French Montana. You see niggas collabing with Bad Bunny, who's, from, the Latin part of music. So it's just like culturally diverse. Like it don't need to be no separatism, no division, no none of that shit, man. So
I do gotta ask, because again, this is one of the things the internet was kind of getting at you about. But I also had questions about it. You preview some music, and you name drop it. Now, I love when you name drop. Some people used to give you flack for that, but I love your name drop. But you start mentioning, certain things, like you mentioned the whole thing with Joe and Sin or whatever, and a lot of people was like, why even bring that up? And I think people thought that was just tasteless. He felt a certain way about it too.
See, we got to go back 10 minutes and remember what I said. I don't give a fuck about one person's opinion, man.
Yeah.
Or 10, or one person times a million that equals a bunch of motherfuckers' opinion. Like, you're not going to change the way I feel. I'm not going to take back what I said unless I feel like, damn, that was fucked up, and damn, maybe I owe somebody an apology later on, which is rare as fuck. But I mean, about Joe and Sin, like, me and Joe, we had our differences in the past, then we became cool. And again, he's a father now, and he's older. I see the nigga wearing them same hats D-Wade wear to the games and shit. When a nigga start wearing them hats, them little circle hats, you gotta give a nigga some love. Because he's at a different, like, the nigga might play golf some days. You just never know with them hats.
Right.
So, hey, if you see me, you ever see me in a hat, I've reached that fucking plateau.
That's
nigga,
gonna be hilarious. We ever see you
grown,
wearing them motherfuckers.
But as far as Joe and Sin, I mean, I've been in hip hop a long time. Some of these things I've seen before other niggas.
What about Kim, though? You and Kanye are cool, right? You've defended him and his family, but that snippet definitely went viral.
It is what it is, man. and here's the thing. I had, like, I was sitting in the studios with Kim when Kanye was producing, and that was like, And so now they have a family and a whole fucking
Yeah, but don't you think about
lifestyle.
that though? I think that's the point, right? Don't you think about, like, the people you mentioned, they have families and stuff like that.
Everybody got a family, nigga. You be talking shit, people. You don't think the people got a family, nigga?
They do. But like they're married now. Like, that's when she was single on the scene. Like, she not on the scene no more.
And that song
she freeing, like,
and
people from jail.
And when that snippet came out, that wasn't how I currently felt. That song was like 2 years old. But my engineer was just playing shit, you know what I'm saying? And that came on, and I wasn't gonna say, hey, oh shit, nigga, turn that off, nigga, let it rock. But that's not, in that moment, that's not how I felt in that moment. That's how I felt on that song, which was recorded 2 years before that. And once it hit, nigga, it is what it is. Now I gotta stand up and stand behind it.
Would you apologize if those people expressed to you that, like, yo,
I'm not apologizing for that. No, I'm not. I don't think I need to apologize for doing something that I did that's done already. Like, nigga, this shit's done. Like, we had our time. Now that shit is gone and it's different.
Right.
It's like, dude, like it's men out here. You know what I'm saying? And you have a woman do the nigga that pop before you need to owe you apology, nigga.
Nah, but if you
What
on
if
the
he's
gram,
bringing
if
it
you
up?
on the gram posting her up like, yo, I hit this.
If the nigga post a prom picture of your wife, talking about the TBT, owe you a fucking apology, nigga.
Nah, but that's a little bit. Nah, it's a little tasteless. She just be like, yo, I fucked up.
That's what, and then we go back to 12 minutes, nigga. Fuck your opinion, nigga.
All right, I feel it.
Yo, I wanted to ask this question, just some music shit. What's your favorite album? Because my favorite album is Doctor's Advocate, right? His is documentary. Reason why mine is Doctor's Advocate is because everybody counted you out that you couldn't do it again.
Nigga, you heard one of my interviews. Nigga. Hey, no, that's my favorite album for the same exact.
I hear that shit.
It ironically sounds the same.
I swear I hear that shit, nigga.
I mean, it's the two classics you definitely got, but in your top three, what's the third album? So Doctor's Advocate, of course, documentary. What's the third?
Niggas slept on Jesus Peace.
Word.
Jesus Peace is hard.
That might be my favorite game
Jesus Peace is hard.
Hey, yo, I don't give a fuck what nobody do today. Like, if you find like 60 minutes and you just working out and you chilling, like, put the album on and like just show a nigga some love. That's an album that I dug into, and like, that shit is like sonically amazing from front to back, and it's like the concept, like, that's raw hip hop, and that shit dope as fuck, and that's my third favorite.
I would love to see you perform that live. I would love to hear some of those songs.
Yeah,
You had a lot of great.
And I don't ever, not to cut you off, but I don't ever perform anything on Jesus Peace except like Ali Boumaier.
But why?
Because usually the shows are only like an hour and a half, and I mean, I got hella albums, and I don't know, I just never get into
Just
it.
do it for the fans one time. That's all
Yeah.
we're asking for. You had a lot of dope features on that project. What about this new one, and how long have you been working on it? I think I remember you talking about a couple years ago when you were working on Documentary 2.5, like playing it for Dre and going back to the studio like 3 times, like scrapping it and starting over. How's this one been?
Same shit. It's like I had Born to Rap done like last summer. And then the summer started, and then the niggas start going to day parties and getting drunk. And then when the fall came, we listened back, and I ain't feel the same way. And that's where that song, that one, that shit came from back then. So I ain't feel the same way about the music when the fall came. And then, after, once it turned 2019 and it got back to where, the first anniversary of like my father passing, which was January, I felt different about the shit I recorded in the winter. And then Nip passed. And I felt like, you know what? I'm gonna just start from scratch, give everything a fresh air, go back in, get new beats, get these new producers, you know, the time of day. I'm not gonna go in with Dr. Dre. I'm gonna just play shit for the nigga and get out. Cause when you go in there and you play shit, he start playing shit, trying to top you and wanting to give you shit. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Dre shit still don't be free. Like he'll give you the beat, right. But the nigga publishing chunks be like, yeah, that's.
I could only imagine.
Be like, nigga,
hey,
everybody in here wearing your beats, nigga. Why do you need so much?
I would imagine you the homie, like he just give you the pass. I mean, like I watched him like the first half of your career after like you know fill out with G-Unit and everything. Like you were really wanting to reunite with Dre, and you finally did. Yeah. So like I would imagine now it's like amazing, right?
Yeah, and it's, you know what's crazy is the whole time that I wasn't speaking to Dre, and then when I got back to Dr. Dre, and I'm like, it's been a minute. He was like, you could have called me at any point in time. Like
you online? Like I saw you cry.
Yeah, but the niggas cry sometimes.
No, I rock with it. No, I don't judge you. No, I rock with it. But what I'm saying is that we saw how badly you wanted to like get back in touch with your homie like publicly. Yeah. So what you mean you could just call him like if you could just.
Nah, basically, I thought that he wasn't fucking with me, but his perception of the whole thing was just financial. He was like, well, you know, financially, like I had to go with who was, you know, selling the most records. And for me, you know, at that time, and for Interscope and for Jimmy Iovine, nigga, 50 and G-Unit as a whole was selling more. And even though the documentary sold fucking 15 million records, like Get Rich or Die Trying was at like fucking 20. And also Eminem was tied to that, and the nigga's white, nigga. So it's like white privilege times, money times.
You feel a certain type of way? Huh? You feel a certain type of way about that though? In a moment, maybe now you get it. It seems like you get it.
Oh, nigga, when I was fucking 25, I felt like fucking everybody up. I didn't understand it, but I was not wise enough in my years, especially in hip hop, to make sense of it all. I was just a rogue nigga from the hood, grew up in the projects. I didn't understand that type of shit. I thought like, just like a gang, like you riding with your niggas. And I thought like G-Unit was like, I looked at it like it was a real gang. I looked at Interscope like it was a real family, and that's not what it was. It was a business. And I just didn't understand it at that point. So that's why a nigga was so angry.
When did you make that bookings email? Now in his Twitter account, he has a bookings email that's something, it's like, it's not personal, just business.
The who?
On your Twitter account, your bookings email, I think, is something like, it's not personal, just business.
Oh, I couldn't think of shit else, so I just made that.
No, it's actually perfect. It's one of Wayno's.
It's nobody's business to teach you business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I just created that shit because niggas be taking my name, and I don't, you know, you can't get the game at Gmail because some nigga got it in Wisconsin using it.
You started on Interscope, then you went to Geffen. I don't even know what that is, but then afterwards you went like independent. How was the change?
It's like when motherfucking Pizza Hut and Taco Bell had to be in the same restaurant, nigga. It's just a merger. Nobody like got fired, nobody got hired. Geffen came in, probably gave Interscope some money or bought half, and then they put me over there and like, I don't know, created some type of fucking like put him on timeout shit.
Yeah, because Geffen is Interscope, like it's in the same shit.
Yeah, but at least that was still a major. Then we seen you do the independent round. Like how was that like for someone who's a veteran in the game? Like
that you should have been independent the whole motherfucking time. Yeah.
Is that gonna be the direction of Prolific?
At this point, nigga, any of my money is my money. Like we ain't signing to shit. We doing like distribution deals and you know, it's like with E1. Like that's where I'm at now, and that's where I've been since documentary 2. Like our relationship, it's E1 has a machine, just as big as a machine as Interscope or Def Jam or any of those Atlantic, but it's for real. And you have creative control, and they ask you how you want to shoot your video and what director are you thinking about and when you want your album to come out. They don't tell you this is when we doing shit. They ask you, and then you come in for a meeting and you sit down and you don't feel like the artist. You feel like you the CEO and the artist, and you got control. And these people really want to help your shit see the light of day and honor your vision. And I'm not doing no capping. Like I can say fuck them too, but they've been good to me. And yeah.
And before, because I know I
made more money on E1 than I did on Interscope, for sure.
We hear that a lot after artists they make that move. I do have to ask because we were running short on time. I saw you you had mentioned you were talking about 6ix9ine, and you said you felt bad for him, and I didn't get why you felt bad for him.
Yeah, you want me to explain why?
Yeah, explain why.
Simply because you have a kid in music that was doing really well for himself. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he took on or what he glorified or what he wanted to be or what he wasn't, it worked for him.
It said some things to you though that was pretty hurtful. Like
I wasn't used to the new age of motherfuckers doing shit. I wanted to strangle that little nigga, but I couldn't get to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't really come out much, and this nigga had like 89 big linebacker niggas with all black khaki suits on. Nigga, how do you navigate through that shit? So basically, at that point in time, you couldn't choke this nigga. This nigga was starting shit with everybody. You couldn't get to the nigga, which is like, you know, that was fucking cool. They kept the nigga alive. But at the same time, here's a young kid, right, who doesn't understand. This is before the indictment, before the jail shit, before the shit was gonna get real. I already knew what that type of fuckery does, man. And at the end of the day, all your homies, all the niggas you was buying jewelry, all the niggas that was on the tour bus, smacking asses with you, them niggas not in that cell with you, man. And how long 6ix9ine been in jail, bro? Almost a year or some shit.
Yeah.
He just a kid, bro. And regardless of the tattoos and what he may
he's 23
see,
though. Like,
nigga, that's a kid, bro. I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, he been in there alone, bro, in his own fucking thoughts. And I feel bad for him in that aspect because I don't think that as a hip-hop artist who's not gangster, and you know he ain't no gangster like that, you know he ain't a gangster like that, he don't belong in that situation. I think it's fucked up that the internet, society, hip-hop, and all that shit made him have to be somebody he wasn't, because look at how it ended up.
Well, when you say that, people almost take it as you're saying, like, you're feeling bad for him, and people are like, yo, he's snitching. It's like, how could you feel bad for somebody who's
I don't condone snitching. That's some fuck shit. But he don't live by the same code that I do, because he's not really a street dude. He's just a kid, man. And he not a gang-affiliated kid. He met Trey Way and Shotty and all them niggas once he got on. Them niggas, if you go back to 6ix9ine's first music, them niggas wasn't nowhere around. When I came out doing music, nigga, my homies, Cedar Block, the Bloods, they was all in the background from the beginning, you know, until niggas, you know, got greedy and, you know, I got older and realized I don't need to fly 70 niggas on JetBlue to New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just get older, you get wiser. I was doing some monkey shit. Like, I was flying 70 Bloods to New York when I was beefing with 50 for no fucking reason.
Do they feel, so does that make, like, when you stop it, does that make, like, them even look at you, like, different?
Do you know how much 70 motherfucking flights cost?
I would imagine.
Shit was ill.
Disgusting.
But I had it. And like I said, we at that time, we used to get so much money, man, you just didn't give a shit. Wish I had that shit now, though.
Well, you're a much wiser game now, yo. Congrats
fuck now.
on the new project. Born to Rap,
Born to
November
Rap.
29th. Is that date sticking?
Yeah, that's my birthday. I turned 40. You know what I'm saying? Buy the shit.
Happy
as
early
a
birthday.
Present to yourself.
Hold on, I got a little game quote
Absolutely.
to take us out of here. I got this one from his Twitter. Always remember, your haters are your biggest fans. Never forget, guys. Thank you for coming to check out Everyday
Thank you,
Struggle
y'all.
Live.
My nigga, man, that was...